We got Donnie Glover with us, our founder, captain-in-chief, Mr. Donnie Glover. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing? Where's the lap?
Doing all right.
There you might.
All right, we here. We coming up on the 5th anniversary of Be More News. Can you share with the people some of the things that Be More News done in the past 5 years to make it what it is?
I think we've been pushing 4 key items: ex-offender services. We've been pushing public education, particularly in Baltimore City and Prince George's County schools. We've been pushing ex-offender services. We've been pushing housing. And also universal access to healthcare. So on Thursday, August 9th, everybody is invited to come on down to the Greater Baltimore Urban League. We're going to have osmosis, and that's a gradual process of learning. And osmosis is our 5th anniversary celebration. It's going to be down at the Greater Baltimore Urban League Thursday, August 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to have, we won't have your boy John Milton Wesley, but we will have some other people. Diane Bell McCoy, your very good friend Marvelous Marvin, Doc Cheatham, Jay Howard Henderson, Ray Haysbert's going to be there, Professor Cheryl Eiffel, Malik Brockman's coming through. There's a number of people, your good friend Mark Spencer, Inspector General from Prince George's County. He's going to be in the house. Irvin Reed from down in the District of Columbia, originally out of Cherry Hill, been down in the District of Prince George for about 30 years. So we have a lot of people, and again, we're going to be looking at those core issues facing Black America: business, public education, ex-offender services, universal access to health care, and of course, housing. And some of those areas bleed over, but that's what we're going to be doing. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Can you share with us a little bit about what Be More News does?
Be More News, I think you were the gentleman that labeled it the news before the news. In terms of politics, in terms of business right here in the city of Baltimore, down the road in Annapolis, and of course in gorgeous Prince George's and Washington, D.C. One of the things that we try to stay on the cutting edge of, and that's making sure we push the agenda as it relates to elected officials. Who is going to make some new Black millionaires? We're looking at Black business. We want to know who's going to create opportunities for small firms like ourselves, DM Global Communications, who's going to provide opportunities to people like Navone and people like you, Corey, to get out there and expand their business. We've also been pushing, hey Dad, come on over and say hello. We've been pushing public education. This is Sharon.
How are you?
Sharon Porter.
Nice to meet you. What are y'all doing?
This is BTV.
BTV, right here with Donnie Glover, Sharon Porter, Channel 2.
For a little while longer.
A little while longer.
Ooh.
Well, I just put in my.
The
I'm about to
news
say,
before the news. Come on, let's put you in the middle.
I just put in my 2-week resignation, so.
What?
Yeah, it's a good day today.
Where you heading?
Baltimore Housing and Community Development.
Wow.
Going work for the people.
No more media.
Well, working with the director of communications. So we'll be working with the media, just on a different side.
You heard it right here on BTV.
That's an exclusive.
Hey, what's up? Get a word for Nolan. Nolan left us, went down to New Orleans. Nolan Riley.
Man, it's the greatest loss to the city, but it's the greatest thing for New Orleans. That's one of my best friends. I love him. He's gonna tear the world upside down.
Oh, I hope so. That's my hometown.
He's gonna do it for you. He's definitely gonna do it. I take care. I need some fish.
All right, you heard the exclusive right here on BTV. Be back with you in a second. We're gonna check out some more of the festivities. Ascape. I want to talk to you a little bit more about some of the events, like this event we having coming up. We've been doing a lot of events for a lot of years. Can you share with the people some of the things that you were able to accomplish and do with these events?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna tell you about Harambe Dinner Club. Me and David Miller started it back in September of '02. At Harambe Dinner Club, we had it particularly at Black establishments like Britain's, like Downtown Southern Blues, like World Buffet out in Woodlawn, and those spots are no longer with us. But in doing them at the black establishments on Mondays and Tuesdays, one, able to bring some business to the spot, and also able to bring some attention in terms of the political purpose, our political purpose, which is to inform, it's to educate, it's to inspire. Over the years, we've had everybody from candidate Michael Steele, all the way to Mayor, now Governor Martin O'Malley. We've had Mike Pryor, we've had Elijah Cummings, and again, we've done it not just in Baltimore, but we took the Raleigh all the way down to Anne Arundel County. Now, I'm going to segue to you. We transitioned that event as of last year to Politics 06, and maybe you want to tell the people what Politics 06 was able to do, where we were able to go, who we were able to talk to. I heard that every statewide winner came to Politics 06. Every statewide winner, at some point in the campaign season, made their way to Politics 06, whether it was at Eden's Lounge, whether it was at the Stonefish Grill down in Prince George's County, or the gallery down on East-West Highway down in downtown Silver Springs. Is that so? That's so, and also a lot of the losers also attended. I mean, that would be considered some of the defining moments that could have made that vote sway the other way. I mean, it was a good thing. A lot of people came out. We got a lot of support for it, and even won a national award. Yeah. Yeah. June 28th, and congratulations to you. I haven't seen you since that moment, but on June 28th, we were able, Be More News that is, and Corey Mathis, as a producer, we were able to win an award from a Media Choice Award from the Association of Black Media Workers, and that's the local chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists. We won it for this right here, for this show right here, Yeah. Special thanks to Navon Barry, Anton Hane, Caven, Kanika Feaster, Susanna Garcia, Kendra Banks, Joy Thompson. Oh man, we had a lot of people involved. Catalina Bird, Princess Williams. A number of different people came out and supported with Be More News. So that award definitely is for everybody who participated in Politics 06 and some of the other forums we had last year. So we're going to take a few more minutes and look around this Ascape, and we'll be back with you in a second. Enjoy. What is the significance of the black press, especially in a city like Baltimore, even your home state? Well, New York is your new home, right? But originally from Trinidad and Tobago. From Trinity. What's the significance of the black press?
Well, the black press is the voice of those people who are otherwise not heard. We've always been sort of the advocates for our community and for those who are disenfranchised and disadvantaged in whatever community they are in. But we talk about the things that the mainstream media would not even care to talk about, or wouldn't even, cross their minds as being something that is important. And that's why we are continuing to exist, because it does have a place for us in the media.
And before you go, any shout outs or any words of encouragement to future journalists, young people coming up behind us?
We are the people who, it's a cliche that knowledge is power, but it's so true. And I think that in order to empower our people, we need people who look like us to be in those producer positions and the journalists and whatnot. So we really do need young black journalists to keep the faith and to really believe that journalism can make a difference, because it can.
Definitely. Thank you. We ain't gonna hold you.
Thank you.
Your food.
Bye. Good to see you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Here's Anita Prince right here on Be More News BTV. We're gonna enjoy some more of the festival, and we will be back. There you have it right here on the streets of Baltimore, BTV. We'll be back in a moment.
Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson, you got 30 seconds to take. Now, why should they vote for you? And what district?
In the 9th district.
Why should they vote for you?
About accessibility, getting an opportunity to know what's exactly going down in City Hall, because otherwise you're going to get the same as before.
Okay, who do you like for mayor?
Well, I just like the best candidate.
Good answer. Who do you like for city council president?
Kenny Harris.
Okay.
All right.
He only had 8 points in the poll.
Well, that's his poll. That's whose poll?
The Sunbaker.
Yeah, that's not the Sunbaker poll. That was a former employee of the Sunbaker poll. 601 people are not going to determine who's going to win the city council president.
Did they call you and ask you?
They didn't call me or my 11 brothers and sisters.
Oh, they didn't call me.
Okay, and we both live in the same zip code. Thank you, brother. Have a good job.
There you go, Corey.
We'll have it. Mike Johnson right here on SpeedMoreNews.com. Stay tuned. We're going to keep them coming. All right, we back right here. The thing with
How you doing? Come on over. How you doing?
Here talking to Donnie Glover.
And we have Richard Bass. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good. You see this guy on Maryland Public Television all the time.
Every once in a while.
We saw you last Friday, man. You were burning it up.
I was having a good fight with Herb Smith, with whom I agree once every 10, 12 years.
Look, this mayor's race. Any thoughts?
I'm sorry?
The mayor's race.
Oh, the mayor's race. Well, Kiefer Mitchell looks like, despite the poll that came out last week, Kiefer Mitchell looks like he's got some good ideas and could be very good for Baltimore.
Okay, what about the city council president's race?
Well, maybe Rawlings.
Maybe Rawlings?
That's a prediction, not a preference.
Well, were you surprised to see Michael Sarbanes with 27 points?
Well, the Sarbanes name is magic.
Okay.
And so I'm never surprised to see some gain on the part of, but you know, he hasn't been around very long. The question is how far a name can take somebody.
Okay, well, what about Ken Harris? Were you surprised to see him with 7, 8 points?
A little bit, but you see, I don't think those polls are very good. It was 601 people who were polled. I think sometimes those polls are way off base, and there's no way to validate them, except, you know, once the election comes and people do a lot better, a lot worse, they say, well, people change their mind. So I think it's irresponsible to have polls all the time, which dry up money for those who score not so high, like Jill Carter only got 2%. I think Jill Carter is probably supported by many more than 2%. But that's going to give her some problem in financing her election.
Okay, are you having a nice time down here at Ascape?
Makes my day.
Okay, good.
Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good. Good. There's your political wrap-up, bud. I don't have to do it. My predictions, my picks. Keep watching BeMoreNews.com. I tell you, with the mayor's race, I mean, right now, unless Mayor Dixon does something phenomenally bad, incredibly horrific, then it's hers to win. That city council president's race, man, I mean, you're looking at, like I said, Sarbanes comes out with 27 points out the gate, and with no political tenure. But then Stephanie Harris, the interim president, Ken Harris, I mean, they've been on the council for a couple of terms, 3 terms, and I was really surprised to see that they hadn't garnered more support. But it reminds me of the book by Sun Tzu, The Art of War. It's often won before it even started. So keep watching Be More News and BTV. And again, special thank you. Do check us out on our 5th anniversary. It's Thursday, August the 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. the Great Baltimore Urban League. And I just got to say a special hello to my main apple scrapper right here, Hassan Peyton Glover. He's the mayor of Sandtown, and he's part of my reason for living. So how you doing? Fine. You say keep watching BeMoreNews.com.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Keep watching BeMoreNews.com.
On that note, we got some Jay-Z coming up on some Jay-Z type music. And hey, Corey, special thank you to you, man. Tell them what you do with BTV before we go. And special thanks to Navone Barry.
Special thanks to Navone Barry, definitely. And I help produce the shows, help get things going, do whatever it takes to keep it moving.